What are you willing to do to achieve your dreams? Would you betray your best friend or break the law? That is what manga artist Yohira Tokiwa aims to explore in their new manga series, Kurumizawa's Folly. The series is set in 1971's Japan. It is about a once popular manga artist named Yoshihiko Kurumizawa who is struggling to come up with a new hit manga series. As the pressure builds, the desperate Kurumizawa hatches a dark plan to manipulate a promising artist named Hata for his ambitions.
That's no good.
Going into this series, I had no expectations for it other than the art might be good, which it definitely as a very clean and precise line work. Tokiwa, the main artist, he does a very good job at knowing where to put the detail in the art, especially in the backgrounds, and the way that the characters are designed. They're very diverse, and I really personally like that because it makes the world feel lived in. In the real world, there's like different types of people everywhere, so not everybody looks the same. Also, it kind of gave me an impression of like those old cartoons that you see in like the newspapers, like some of the designs if you see it. Kojima, who is the editor for Kurumizawa's. Sorry, I'm going to mispronounce that name, so prepare for that. And also, main character himself. They're very cartoonish in a way, but not. But most of the time, they are drawn in like serious detail as well. So I really like the art. It's like very nice, clean, precise line work, and it gives me this feel like it feels like I'm in the 1970s when I'm reading it because like it gives me that old cartoons from the newspapers feel. So I definitely recommend anyone reading Zawa's Folly,
Approved!
especially for people who are looking for something like new and different from the usual shonen battle manga that you usually see plastered, saturated in like the anime market. But this series is like really good because it has a relatable premise for especially for like artists, but anybody in general that has ever worked on a project, whether it's a book, a story, or your football athlete, player, whatever. Anybody that you know has a goal, a promise to fulfill for with somebody, in this case Kurizawa's promise to his high school crush, that for him to be like a manga artist, it will be his loyal reader, and so he is willing to do that, and he's already achieved his goal, which is very cool, and not a lot of people um, get to do that. And so, but he was able to do that, but he is continuing trying to fulfill that promise to her even after his series ends. And the worst part about it is his projects as he comes up after his hit series, gets like rejected over and over, and it gets really demoralizing when you see stuff like that, putting your work into something, a lot of projects, and you think people don't like really like what you like, and which is disheartening. And he's still trying to chase that high, and it gets to a point where like he gets like really desperate and do things that it's not really good. And I'm sure many of us has been in that position one way or another, whether it's a small thing or like a big thing. And that's kind of where Kurumizawa is like relatable in that way. um, but I think Kurumizawa is like I said, a very relatable player, not player, relatable character. I think he's like an upstanding guy, but he just does something crazy.
That boy is good.
Good and terrible.
But I really do recommend anybody reading this, and I just wanted to say this part here for the people who wants to get my overall feel of like the series in general. Because I'm going to go into detail about what I think about, like, at least like the first chapter, going into spoilers. So, Kurumizawa's Folly, when I was first reading it, like I said before, I didn't really have that much expectations. I didn't even read the synopsis for it.
What?
But they Tokiwa does like a really good job at um showing the type of person that Kurizawa is. He's this dude that has this dream that he wants to fulfill, and he worked hard and he eventually got to that dream and achieved it, and he still wants to continue fulfilling the promise that he made to his childhood crush Michan. And but he's having a tough time, he's having a tough time trying to fulfill that dream after the series end, due to like many reasons. Main reason is this is just the time that he's in the 1970s. Kids aren't trying to read the stories that he's trying to read, which is very disheartening for like anybody that's trying to create a story or like a series, a comic, or whatever. It doesn't have to be like anything art related, but it can be disheartening to know that people like your audience are not interested in what you're trying to tell. And what makes matter worse is, Kurumizawa throughout all this, he does like have this very upbeat personality, like this can-do attitude that he has. That feels like he has like this energy, and it's like he's like a bit of a people pleaser in a way. Um, and he's still in touch with his old friend Michan, that he's trying to like keep his promise with. And we see that she is very sick, like terminally sick it seems. And so that just adds on to the fact that his reason to like keep on doing it for us the viewers. And as he's like pondering like what to do, he meets this kid named Hata, who works at the factory. He's like a poor kid, is not really he doesn't know how to read or write. And he's throwing like manga pages away because he got rejected, because he can't read or write a story, so he's not a really good writer. But Kurumizawa meets the kid, talks to him, and the kid tells him that Kurumizawa is an inspiration, although he doesn't know that he's speaking to his hero. But he's telling he's an inspiration. And at this point, I'm thinking, oh man, maybe Kurumizawa is going to turn like a new leaf, or he's going to like get inspiration. Because hearing me personally, hearing somebody really really like my work and they say that they were inspired by it would like give me this inspiring passion. And the Hata kid, he is of the younger generation, so maybe he got inspired by it. And for sure he did, because Kurumizawa like put in like a new series, and the guy liked it. This editor, like Kojima, liked it and said like, yeah, I'm gonna show this at our next thing. But what what we find out is so like eventually Kurumizawa, he talks to the kid again and tells him, hey, I'm your hero, you're Kurumizawa, I'm an actual artist. And they have this very heartwarming moment. And this moment kind of reminds me in the beginning of My Hero, where Midoriya and All Might are like talking to each other, and All Might telling like, you can be a hero too. And Kurumizawa is like doing the same thing to Hato, saying, hey, I can help you become a manga artist. Like you can become a successful manga artist. You're an amazing artist. Like you can create like amazing art. And like the dude's trying to help this kid. And the kid, like at first he like hesitates and declines the offer, because he wants to create success off the back of his work. But he eventually like caves in, and Kurumizawa lets him live with him as like he's working and stuff like that. But this is where like the story kind of like turns against Kurumizawa, because the dude manipulates the kid because he can't read or write. He had the kid sign a legal contract, basically saying that Kurumizawa can use the kid's art for his own gain. And Kurumizawa basically used the kid to create a story, create a series where, like, basically use his work, and like pawn it off as his own name, which is very very terrible, a very terrible thing to have, and is very relevant in these times, especially with AI images, or many people call it AI art, but I call it AI images because I feel like that would be insulting to artists, to say it's called AI art, because it's not really art. But people stealing other people's work and using it for like their own gain. um, and it's a very like terrible situation to like to be in. Um, and I'm not completely again. And like I said earlier, the manga artist Tokiwa does a really good job at telling you who Kurumizawa is, and because we spend most of the chapter, getting to know this character, like I'm disappointed in him, but I'm still kind of rooting for him
I beg your pardon?
because of all the things that I know about him. Because he seems like a good guy, but he has done something like really really terrible. Well, not like yeah, he's done something terrible. I wouldn't say really really terrible because that would indicate that he did something like downright crazy, which he didn't. But it is crazy what he did. But yeah, I really like this series. I think it's really really good. If anybody interested in reading a new manga series, it's on Manga Plus. I definitely go read it. It's called Kurumizawa's Folly. It's really it's really good, interesting. It's on 5 chapters right now, and it's some even more crazy things happen in the other 4 chapters. But I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. If you like this video, just like the video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more manga related stuff because I'm going to be talking about more of this stuff. Also, let me know if there's any other manga series that you're interested in or reading right now because I'm always looking for more to read. But I hope you have a great day and thank you.